Where we left off in the last video, I was talking about getting quick connects and possibly wiring up the sound bar, and I was waiting on stuff for the relay box, but I'm going to get y'all up to date on what I did because it was just a lot of an hour here, there, an hour here, there, and I could never record. It was like 10 different days since the last time I posted. I've been working on this. First things first is all of the rock lights are sleeved and have quick connects on them. I mean, yeah, it looks all right, but you know, it's going to be something like this and quick connect. That way, if this one goes out or this one messes up, I can unbolt this one, disconnect it, re-sleeve a new one, repin it to this connector, and boom, it's done. Light bar up front is the same thing. It's going to come down here through the plastics. Same thing, quick connect has a backlight setting and a bright setting, which is for the whole light bar. Same thing with this. This runs down through here. I don't know why I sleeved it together. I mean, whatever. I had to unsleeve it right here just because I didn't have a big enough quick connect for it. It was a 10 pin and all they had was a 12 or an 8. I finally got this mounted in. You just plug in underneath each individual one. So the harness goes in there, plugs up. But yeah, that's finally in. The sound bar, I have it sleeved. That's gonna, you know, it's a tight ass wire, but it comes down through the plastics whenever the plastics are installed, comes through here. So what I did with this one is, because I'm just using Bluetooth, I have this taped off with Tessa tape, just in case I ever wanted to add a quick connect for the RCAs, the remote wire and everything else. There is the power for it, which is all I'm going to be using, which runs through here. Something that y'all haven't seen, unless y'all follow me on, unless y'all are part of the 300 Club. I put some insulation around the edge of the rock light. The only gap is right there. I cut too much, but hey, at least from this angle, it's all filled. I still have to add the quick connect to this one just to show y'all how I did this. It's a little janky L bracket that you just screw into the side, screw in right there, and it holds it in place good enough. Here's the relay box that I was trying a couple of different things. I know what I'm going to do now. I actually messed up. I had too big of a gauge wire or insulation. It was 14 gauge, but the insulation was so thick that I messed it up right here. I ordered a whole new box. I don't even feel like salvaging that. So I just ordered a whole new one. It was 30 bucks, whatever. Only thing I am kind of worried about, I have a power and a ground. What do you call these? Distribution blocks? Whatever. I forgot what they're called. I'm having a brain fart. I got a power and ground side for the dual batteries and for all the grounds going to the relays and all the powers going to the relays for the relay box. I have my wires to wire up the batteries. It's been a pain in my ass testing all my patients, trying to slowly get stuff done one by one. So now, for the part y'all probably been waiting for, it's time to explain the harness. It's finally done. It's taken forever. Like I said, a little bit here, every day, just slowly working on it. So I'll start up front. This comes out right here, which I'm going to install it. It looks like a rat's nest, right? But if you were to look at any four-wheeler with different wires ran for each individual rock light, for the light bar, for the sound bar, your winch, brake switch, whenever you install an aftermarket brake switch, because I am adding a brake light to this, it becomes a big bundle of mess. This is a rat's nest underneath the plastic right there by the neck, by the steering, and then it's all one solid wire until we get to here. Then we have the oil temp sensor and stator connections. We have our rock light connections jumping off here. We have more rock light connections, as well as the start switch and the stator charging. And then these, that's the brake light. And then these are going to connect to the relay box. So these, if I ever need to maintenance that relay box, I can just quickly disconnect it, pull the relay box out, and then do whatever I need to do with it, or whatever's messed up. One thing that I haven't done yet, because I don't feel like messing with it right now, is the whip lights. I haven't done that. The thing of it is I'm just going to add a two pin quick connect, which I'm missing one, so I'm going to have to order another set. A 2-pin quick connect that is just going to jump off right here. I'm going to mount the box right here in between the two fenders, probably where you can't see it, and then that's going to be the module for the whip lights. Kind of like how the last one was. That's it. That's all I have left, is to wait on the new relay box, wire that up, and then deal with that. But the main thing is the harness is finally sleeved. I'm ready to install it and see what it looks like. finally got the harness on, and I'm very, very pleased with how it looks. So let's start back here. I took the back off just so I could show y'all this. These are the factory black ones. I got them from Partzilla, the OEM black clips. So I got my harness, the winch wires, your starter positive, your frame and engine, or your engine ground, which is also grounded to the frame. Those come in here. I got my stator wires right here. I got the charging wires that go back into the harness right here. But I just want to show y'all, like, you will never see this, but making use of these factory connectors just looks very nice going all the way through. Here's a rat's nest that I was talking about. I mean, I got most of my wires. Well, not most of them. Those are like my winch wires, rock light, winch wires, crankcase vent. But here's the wires that come up. There's the wires, hand switches. There's a little diode thing. I forgot what that's for. I kind of just tucked that away. This is the only wire that's not sleeved, but I put Tessa tape on. I didn't want to take these quick connects off. There's a ground right here for some of the switches. I doubled up the ground for the factory ground. So that's solid. It's stuff that you're not going to see. You'd have to get under there and look. It's coming along slowly but surely, but it is finally coming along. Taking a lot of time, but I think it'll be very well worth it. So I got the new relay box in. I'm finally making some progress. I'm getting all of this done down there. Like I said, I don't know how waterproof this is going to be, but I think it's going to be fine. So I got it in. I got the quick connect. There's a quick connect for high beams, rock lights, and the trigger wires for those are on a quick connect. That is my main power to the bike and something else I can't remember. Anyway, I got it all hooked up. They're on quick connects. All the wires are underneath there, like y'all see. They're sleeved as far as what you can see. This is for the rear light, the brake light, reverse light, brake light, all that, running light. These I originally already wired, but that was before I had all this other stuff in the way. These might work, they might not. I got to go through those and decide and see which ones work. Like I said, the winch wires are still separate. So all the wires work, they're the right sizes. I made them work. But guys, let me just say this. I didn't even test this harness. All I did was unsleeve it, added the wires that needed to be added, and re-sleeved it. Never tested it. And I couldn't sleep last night. I was like, man, I got to see if I hook this thing up right. Which I haven't started it yet. All the OEM wires I kept. All I did was depin them, sleeve them, and repin them where they were supposed to go. I took pictures, wrote down the pin numbers where they're supposed to go. All that is fine. What I didn't do was test all the stuff that I did. So, relay box is in. It's hooked up. The other quick connects down there. There's other quick connect. This is for the reverse light, which I haven't done yet. The sound bar has power like it's supposed to. Check this out, guys. Turn the key. Neutral light comes on like it's supposed to. Old temp light goes away. That's just the test light, as if it was factory. This, if you remember, like I said, when I push it, my whip lights will come on. You hear the relay clicking. It's getting power. That's amazing. Push the neutral light. The rock lights come on like they're supposed to. Super stoked about that. The key does not have to be on for the rock lights. The key doesn't have to be on for the whip lights. The key doesn't have to be on for the reverse light, which that's the only one that lights up, which that wouldn't stay on anyway if the bike was off. So really, if it was running, it would look something like that, minus the oil temp light. So if it was on, I would be able to know. That's just because the reverse light, as I've said multiple times, the bike does not know when it's in reverse. Headlights work. So right now it's on the backlit setting. So there's my high beams. See, it's a nice flush upper cutoff. Turn the low beams on. So the low beams, which I'm still waiting on someone to make me a bracket for my pods. The low beams are going to be the halos and the backlight. If I turn it on and off real quick, then it'll turn the brights on for the low beams. That'll be that. The winch is working like it's supposed to. See, I can... And then turn the key off, and you cannot use it. I am so happy this is finally coming together. I got hose clamps right here now instead of zip ties. So you just take those apart from the back. I got the wires kind of just in there. I'm making note of what wires go to what pin number. Like I said, you can hit the reverse light without the key needing to be on, which, like I said, is what I wanted. Let's see. The brake lever is not hooked up, but this is the switch for the brake lever, so I'm going to hold it in. Turn the key on. Usually it's off, so you turn the switch, brake light comes on, you hit the brake, which will release this button, causes the brake light to come on. And then say the brake is on, the reverse light overrides everything. But yeah, everything worked. So I'm super stoked. So now I'm going to go ahead and shorten this up. That way it can just plug right in. Then everything will be done. Also, I guess to show y'all, since the solenoid does have power now, it turns over. Obviously, I don't have the gas tank connected and I don't have the exhaust on. I want to wait until I can get some small black clamp for the crankcase vent and for this one as well. I did get the fuel line sized up. I ran out of heat shrink. Imagine that. So I got to order some more heat shrink. I did get the seat on, the tank back on. I got this mocked up. I got to re-drill and tap this bottom bracket right here. I do have the plastic pieces for this as well. But that looks a lot better all installed. I'll show y'all guys this. It thinks the brake light's on right now just because, like I said, I didn't want to lose the micro switch, so I got that hooked up. So it gets smaller, and I'll show y'all the reverse light. So there's a reverse light, good enough for what I do. I mean, there's a rock light, so I'm definitely excited to see that. Now, I do think, even though I don't want to do it, whenever I take the top rack off to get powder coated, to get repowder coated, take the front bumper off to get powder coated, I think I'm going to go ahead and take the winch plate off and get that powder coated the same gray as the air box, just to kind of break it up. I do need to take the shocks apart and all that. That's pretty much it for this video. I also have an update on the motor. Not this motor, but I'm in the works, so I'm leaving this motor the way it is in this bike for the first couple of rides until I know how she handles, which it's not going to be very good with only a 75% gear reduction with no big bore kit or anything like that. So I'll have an update for that when I get more research done. Like I said, this is pretty much just a trail bike and water bike. It's not a strictly bounty hole, mud bike, whatever. So that's my riding style. So that's, you know, I build the bike for me, not for bounty holes. So y'all stay tuned for the next video, and I will have an update then. So y'all take it easy. Stay tuned.